I know you tell great stories, and I have one of those too. That I tell people I made more money than my dad made in his lifetime while I was in my 20s. But what I don't tell you is the background behind it. My dad was born in 1905. Teddy Roosevelt was president. My mother was born a month after the Titanic sank in 1912. She had me very, very late in life, and she was his nurse. And unfortunately, my dad passed on Christmas Day when I was 6. My mom walked in, said, "You're the man of the house," and 2 days later, she's the breadwinner. So it's not about coming from privilege.
Every heart will sing apart as all across the land we raise our voices far and near.
Bill McIntosh Show now on with Stacy Notley of the Manning Group. In case you're wondering who he is, I'll tell you all about it. This man is, he's a little bit like the boy named Sue. They named him Stacy, but he's 6'6". He's a black belt in Taekwondo. Is that Stacy?
That's correct. I'm
So you don't
also
want to mess with
270.
You don't want to mess with him. I think it might turn out badly. And so anyway, he and I want to talk about the American dream. And, you know, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, came out and said, hey, it's physically impossible to pick yourself up by bootstraps, you know. And actually, you can't do that. If you have some boot hooks, bootstraps at the bottom of your shoes, if, you know, as long as you're not a total klutz, you actually can pull up and kind of stand up on the edge of your shoes and get up. But it's an interesting concept in the American dream and in achieving success, the idea of bootstrapping. And Stacy has some very, very, you know, let's say lots to say about that topic, about the American dream, about prosperity. Texas is the emblem of American can-do and American success. It really is in so many ways. Not to put down New York or California or, you know, Arkansas or Illinois or others, Louisiana, Florida. But there's a lot of special things about Texas. It's a great state with a big heart and a great attitude. And of course, Texas didn't become Texas without Louisiana and people from other parts of the country coming to Texas and from Mexico, of course, to make it great. So, hey, welcome to the show, Stacy. How are you today? How's everything in Houston or no, Dallas? I'm sorry, my apologies.
Ouch. Yeah, there may not be a rivalry among the states, but there certainly is between Dallas and Houston. But yes, I'm
absolutely, man.
And
yes. And the thing about this is that keep in mind, folks, opportunity is what has made America great. Just prior to us starting this, Stacy was telling me about something important about being able to be a millionaire, and it has to do with this one trait or historical fact in your life. If you're working when you're 11 or 12, hey, you're headed in the right direction, as well as having lists and priorities. So tell us about this whole issue of poverty and how people make it or how people don't make it, and why this is quintessentially American, and you know, why it's important to always count on credit, because, you know, Stacy works in a company that deals with credit issues. In case you have you know, let's say a concern about a mortgage, or you've had catastrophic illnesses. Let me tell you something, having a child that's sick, or a member of the family who's been sick, your wife, your spouse, you know, oh my gosh, that can ruin your credit. There are ways you can fix it. Not that we're going to talk that much about that, but may that be in the back of your mind about Stacy Notley, Stacy C Notley. Because, you know, it's all about the American dream. That's
what you alluded to before with AOC, you know, those are some interesting comments, because working your way up to your bootstraps, if I remember correctly, before she was in Congress, she was a bartender. And so going from tips to a couple of $100,000 a year is quite an accomplishment, whether you believe in her politics or not. I'm truly impressed with, you know, her ascension.
Sure, absolutely. And so let me ask you this question.
Sure.
Well, you know, how is it that people, looking at the whole issue, not so much of finances, but character, virtue, how is it that people and you've seen this happen with many, many people you've known. How is it that people rise from humble circumstances to become, very successful people?
Well, you made the comment about working before the age of 11 or 12, and I want to add to that. It's working before the age of 11 or 12 and earning money, whether it was babysitting. I think you said you were a caddy, mowing yards, raking leaves, doing something to earn money and learning the value of it.